Hi guys and welcome to Drive Spark. I'm Promeet and today what we are driving is the Range Rover Autobiography, and there are a ton of features on this vehicle that I need to show you. A lot of features are there that you probably haven't seen on any other car. So let's quickly start this video and I'll tell you everything you need to know about this SUV. Now starting off with the front end, as you can see over here, you get your Range Rover badging right across the bonnet. You have a very long bonnet. Under the hood, there is a 3-liter 6-cylinder petrol engine, but we'll be talking about that later. So you can see that the front grille is not that big. It's a typical Land Rover grille that you get across. Plus, you can see over here, you have your full LED matrix headlight. Now this is really nice. You have your DRLs that are present over here. Dynamic indicators are there inside the cluster as well, and you also get a set of fog lamps that you see right over here. Now you have front parking sensors, a front parking camera, and you also have your Land Rover badging right over there. Now if you move to the side of the vehicle, you will notice that this thing gets these massive 22-inch alloy wheels. Obviously they are very big, very proportionate. They look actually very nice and goes overall well with the car's size. And if you see over here, you get normal ground clearance. Now this has adaptive air suspension, obviously, so this is right now at its lowest setting. Now at the lowest setting, this thing will be around 219 mm, and there are 4 modes to adjust the suspension. You have Access, you have normal, then you have off-road 1 and off-road 2. So the normal height, right now the car that you see right now is at 219 mm of ground clearance. That is obviously a lot of ground clearance. But if you select off-road 2 mode, then the ground clearance increases to 294 mm, and that is really tall. And if you see over here, you have this element and you have your Autobiography badging right over here. Side ORVMs are finished in black. Pillar is finished in black. You have 360-degree camera. Obviously you have cameras all over. Then you can see you have flush door handle. So if you lock the car, this thing will go back in, mirrors will fold. And yeah, this thing comes out when you unlock the car. Now on the top, you can see you get a full panoramic sunroof, and over here you get 2 shark fin antennas. Now this one has a camera, that's your regular shark fin antenna. Now this thing basically displays the back view on the IRVM, so yeah, that camera is for that. You have your highest top mount light over here, then you have a spoiler, and if you move to the back, you have smoked LED tail lamps. Yeah, obviously this looks like there is no tail lamp, but you can see that the indicators are right here, and these are the tail lamps over here. You have your Range Rover badging right here, and you have a rear parking camera. Now if I open the boot, so obviously this thing gets an electronic boot, and then first of all you have this parcel tray and you have a second lip over here. So this thing opens up like this, and there is a very interesting feature in this. If you just pull this thing up, and you have your seats as well right over here like this, you can have your own picnic table right wherever you go. Wherever you're camping, you can have your own picnic table just like that. And yeah, this thing obviously folds down, so you can remove these things obviously, and to place it back, there are hooks present over here, so you just have to place this back. To retract this, you have to press this, and right on top you can see you get your Meridian sound system. You also have a light over here, so you can sit down over here, relax and enjoy your music. Now this is very easy. You just have to keep this inside, and yeah, it gets a generous amount of boot space. Just have to press these 2 simultaneously, and yeah, this thing will fold down, and that is now the amount of boot space you get. Now these are a few buttons over here. This is to move the seat ahead, move the seat back, and this is to fold the seat. This is for your ride height, to load and unload, and this is to put the seats down. So when you press this button, obviously both the lids close automatically, and yeah, that is how the car looks from the outside. And if you see over here, This thing is really massive. It's more than 5 meters in length and the wheelbase is around 3600 mm. That is a really long car. Just look at the size of the rear door. Now let's move on to the inside. So again, you press this, the handle pops out, and let us sit on the inside. So you have soft closed doors on all four. You just have to leave the door and it will automatically close. And yeah, this is how the car starts up. So there are a lot of things on the inside. Now first of all, you can see you have a lot of wood finishing in the car. And yeah, this is from the steering wheel to the center console to the door panel. You have wood finishing everywhere, and as you can see, it has tan interiors, and you have a 13.1 inch cluster over here. That's your infotainment system, and then you have a 13.7 inch cluster right over here. So this gives a lot of information. Again, this has a lot of information to give as well. Then if you see over here, you have cup holders, you have some storage space, your wireless charging sockets are here. Then you can see you have your start stop button, no physical buttons over here. You have your park and your gear selector. This is how the steering wheel looks like. It's a round steering wheel, very good handy steering wheel. You have your touch controls. Obviously, I mean, this is not touch, but this lights up. When the car is shut, this entire thing becomes black. So yeah, there is haptic touch in the buttons. This is not, feels like a touch control, but this is actually not a touch button. You also get some paddle shifters over here. The steering wheel can be electronically adjusted. As you can see, the lever right over here, so you can adjust it. On the door panel, you get a lot of settings. And yeah, by the way, all four doors have memory settings. So I mean, all four seats can be adjusted according to whoever is sitting over here. You can see you have your window controls. This is for your ride height, as I mentioned. Now let us see over here. You have two glove boxes. You can open it from here. You just open it, and this is for the second one. You can keep some stuff. This automatically retracts back, but you have to close it. Very sleek AC vents over here. And if you see, you have your Meridian signature sound system that you get on this car. That is extremely fantastic. So yeah, that is how the front end looks like. Now all the seats that you see over here feature heated seats, and they are ventilated, they are massage. You get it on all four seats. Plus you also have this headrest wing that you can adjust so that your head does not tilt off if you doze off. And that is the massive panoramic sunroof that I was talking about. Now let us just quickly go into mode. So over here you can see you have your ride height. So right now it's at access. You have normal. Then if I press off-road, as you can see, the car, so you have access, normal, off-road 1 and off-road 2. Now off-road 2 operates till the speed of 45 kilometers an hour. If you cross that, it will go to off-road 1. Off-road 1, you can drive up to 80 kilometers an hour, and after that it will go to your normal height. And over here you have your drive modes that says dynamic, comfort, eco. You have your auto terrain select. Then you have off-road modes as well. If you click this, you can see you have grass, gravel, snow, mud ruts, sand, rock crawl, wade, and you can obviously configure it according to your need. So yes, this thing is a full-fledged off-roader. It's a luxury off-roader, if you want to call that. But I mean, the touch is really responsive. It's a curved screen, so sunlight does not glare on this, so the visibility is really nice. Now let us go to the back seat, and to open the door, you obviously have the handle over here, which is kind of located right over here. So some people who are new to the car will get really confused. So this is how you open the door handle. That is how the rear section of the Range Rover Autobiography looks like. And if you see over here, again, you have wood finish, your memory functions, you have a lot of buttons over here to operate that side of the blind, this side of the blind, the sunroof. And yeah, this is your door handle. You have your Meridian signature sound system over here. You have your Autobiography. You have very soft carpets. This is basically your parcel tray that you can keep some stuff. You have 4-zone climate control. You have a cubby hole that is, you can see my hand has gone almost till my elbow. So there's a lot of space over here. 2-zone climate control at the back, 2 at the front, so 4-zone climate control there. Then you have this 11-inch, 2 screens over there, 11 inch. And obviously this thing When you touch it, it greets you like that. And these are the seats of the Autobiography. Now, if we sit inside, and let me show you how it looks. So this is how the view is. Now if you want to put the shade down, you have electronic shades, and just look at the size of this window. It is so massive, and there's ample amount of sunlight that enters the cabin through the sunroof or the front or the sides. So yeah, again, memory functions all over. You have two screens, that's the entertainment package. Basically, this is an electronic armrest. So how you can put this up is, this is a screen. So in total, if we see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 screens over here. Slide this thing and there you have a lot of options. You can adjust your seats according to how you need them. Now this is for your seat heating, then your seat massages and to adjust the seat. This is for your cup holders, a very unique way to open the cup holder. As you can see over here, this thing opens up and the cup holder is here. So obviously after this, you just have to do this and your cup holder is exposed. To close this, you have to press this thing and this thing will close back, pushing the the lid that you opened up inside automatically. Now this feature over here is since I told you this is an electronic armrest, so this will go up automatically. You don't have to physically do that. And if you see a button over here that you just saw, so this button is basically to adjust the center headrest. As you can see, it can go up and down. So technically this is a 5-seater, but honestly 4 people are max to max comfortable in this. Just look at this seat. Someone can sit over here, but for a very short period of time. And if you want to put this down, there's a button. Just press this and as you see that this thing automatically reclines down, giving you the very comfortable and luxurious feel. This works as an armrest as well. So when you open this, you can place your phone. You don't have a wireless charging over here. So that is how the rear section of the Range Rover Autobiography looks like. So that is how the cabin looks like. Ton of space in the vehicle. I mean, just look at this. All memory functions. You can move these seats front and back. So that is how you can adjust the rear seats of the Range Rover Autobiography. This thing can go tilt back. This thing can come up. Again, you have your adjustable headrests that will not allow your head to fall down. So you can comfortably have a nap while you are being chauffeured around. And this thing is not only to be chauffeured around, it is a very driver focused car as well. So under the hood of the Range Rover Autobiography, you only get a petrol version in this. So you will get a 3-liter 6-cylinder petrol engine that pumps out 395 bhp of power, 550 Nm of peak torque, and this is mated to a 8-speed gearbox. Yes, you have a 8-speed gearbox. And I just forgot to mention over here, you also get a heads-up display. So yeah, the ride quality on this is just fantastic. Range Rovers are known for their ride quality, and it is just awesome how this car rides, especially because of this adaptive air suspension. You almost get a cushion-like ride. You don't feel anything. You just glide on the road, no matter what potholes, obviously you will the speed bumps, you will feel it, but not like you feel on the other cars. It is very, very smooth. And plus it also gets a rear wheel steering as well. So since the car is so long, you will obviously have to have rear wheel steering. Otherwise, what will happen is that this thing is so long that you will have to take a 3-point turn to get this thing all around. But if I stand over here, you will notice that the car is very long. So the rear wheel steering really helps. It shortens the wheelbase so you can turn right on point. But this thing, the rear wheel steering only moves, the rear wheel only tilts when the car is rolling. You are driving the car. On a stationary car, this thing is not active like you get on your the S-Class on the Mercedes. So while you are standing also, you can see that the rear wheel is moving. But this thing, while the car is rolling, that time only this thing will be active. And other than that, you can just see that the front wheel will steer, the rear wheel will not steer, but this gets rear wheel steering. So once again, the drive quality is just insane. Don't expect any mileage out of this since it is a 4-wheel drive car. This is a proper off-roader, a luxury off-roader that you can get. And if we talk about the price of this Range Rover, so this costs around 2.6 crore ex-showroom, and obviously on hand you'll get it close to around 3 to maybe 3.2 crores depending on where you buy it. But 2.6 crores is the price of this car, and it just looks fantastic. So the steering wheel adapts to all the driving modes. When you select Eco is very light, then Dynamic is slightly more aggressive. And once again, this is the Autobiography. So quickly let us glance through the cabin once again. All tan interiors, making the car very, very nice and comfortable and cozy from the inside. So yeah guys, this was the Range Rover Autobiography, and once again the price for this vehicle is 2.6 crore ex-showroom. Under the hood you get a 3-liter 6-cylinder engine, petrol engine. There's only a petrol engine available in this, and that produces 395 bhp, 550 Nm, and is mated to an 8-speed gearbox that sends power to all the wheels. And since this is a proper off-roader, as you saw all the off-road modes that I showed you, this thing is capable and it will take you anywhere. Obviously people will say that this is a luxury car, who will go off-roading, but just in case if you have to do off-roading in this vehicle, it is a perfect vehicle. You can adjust the height, you can adjust every single thing on this particular car. So I'm Pramit signing out. See you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, be safe and drive safe.